Look at all the kids I have. I love it. This is a free program. Some people don't understand that. I make it so these children they don't have to pay for anything.
Why do you do this?
I do it because I felt that God was speaking to me about music and children. And I was like, what am I going to do with music and children? And it was like it was saying it has to be free. I kept hearing that, you know, free, free, free. And I said, I've always wanted to work with children and do something free for children who can't afford to pay for instruments and lessons.
For 7 years, young people discover and cultivate their talents, thanks to Betty Smith's vision. Betty's long career in social services is the foundation for her enrichment program, which she began with 3 friends in a church rent-free, thanks to her husband, the pastor. Her friends have since gone on to other opportunities. But at the age of 79, Miss Betty continues to serve a growing number of children.
This is our happy place.
With not only music, but theater, dance, computer graphics, a summer camp, and more, from her current location in the Arts in Stark Education Center.
We really talk about education. We get them to maintain a C average, or we try to find them a tutor if they're able to do that. We're much more than music. We're concerned about the whole child. And a lot of our kids are ADD, ADHD, autistic, work with autistic children. And some of them just have behavior problems. But there's no such thing as a bad kid. There is good in all of our children. You have to dig deep and find it, because they might come in, you know, with arms folded, and I don't want to do anything, I don't want to be here, da 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 da. And you just have to be gentle. And you just say, oh, well, try this. If it doesn't work, just try this until they find it. But there's always something they can do.
These are underserved urban youth, right, 5 to 18.
Right. And we do have some, let me add to that.
Sure.
We do have some that you might not classify that, you know, and because I've had parents come to me and say, my child doesn't really fit that underserved, and I could maybe make a donation or something, but I want them involved. We're up to about 70% who are like the underserved, but we have 30% now, which is a good mix. But you know, that doesn't mean that those 30% don't have problems.
Some of these kids, are they written off by other people?
Oh.
What's the...
Sure they are. And we have a number of foster children. Been in a lot of foster homes, been moved around. And it's like, you know, and I had a couple say, nobody wants me. You know, just keep, and some of them act out. They're angry. You know, they're removed. Some of them are removed from siblings. I can't call myself a counselor, but yeah, I pray a lot and saying, God, give me direction. When that child comes to me, what do I say? And I meet with the staff. And I'm like, you know, you're kind to these children. And I don't even want staff, and I don't have staff who don't want to be here. Because first of all, most of them are volunteers, and then the ones that get a little stipend, it's not that much. So you have to want to be here. But even with that, you know, there's a way you talk to the children. You know, you don't never put your hands on them or anything. You don't yell at them. You know why? They get that at home. A lot of children are yelled at a lot and saying a lot of profanity. And I have children who talk about drugs in the home. In fact, I had one that showed me pictures, drugs and guns and stuff in the home. You know, I deal with children's services. What fills my heart is when I can see a child that came in here with no smile and broken and really withdrawn and see them come alive. That touches my heartstring, because I'm like, we're doing it. We're making a difference. And I see that a lot.